You're watching Building the Franchise with the Jacksonville Jaguars, only on MBL Network.
Welcome back once again to Building the Franchise with these Jacksonville Jaguars. It is week number 13 of MBL Season 29, and we're taking on the Oakland Raiders. We're coming into this game at 6-5, still in the hunt for a playoff berth here for the first time this cycle, and the Oakland Raiders have been hot so far this season. They're coming into this game with a whole lot of wins and not very many losses. So we pretty much just had to come into this game and make Derek Carr throw the ball and hope that we got some points off of it, which is exactly what we did. Jalen Ramsey had 2 pick sixes. AJ Boye had a pick six. The second pick six by Jalen Ramsey was just absolutely incredible. He comes back down from a cover 3. He comes down, cuts off the crossing route right here that you're watching right now, picks it off, ends up running over, I believe it's a halfback, kind of truck stick juke a little bit there, and takes off to the house. It was absolutely incredible, but unfortunately we don't really have the exact clips in the right order and everything for this game because it was a mock back. But the game did go into overtime. We ended up beating the Raiders in overtime to improve to 7-5 on the season. In our Week 14 matchup, we took on the Tennessee Titans, who we have yet to beat so far in this cycle. They came into this game at 8-4. They were one game ahead of us, and a win this week would be huge as we come to the final couple weeks here in the season. As you can see here, about halfway through the third quarter, we were down by 6. It had been nothing but field goals on both sides of the ball, and Miles Jack jumped a screen pass and took it back to the house to give us the 10-9 lead. We did get the ball back at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and Leonard Fournette went right up the middle for 48 yards to improve our lead to an 8-point lead, making it a little tougher on these Tennessee Titans. But of course, the Titans, they don't give up. They came down next drive, and Marcus Mariota done exactly what he's done the majority of this season and threw an interception. We weren't able to score on this drive. We did get a field goal out of it, and the Titans did try to come back there at the end. The final score was 20-17. And after 14 weeks of MBL Season 29, the Titans and the Jaguars are tied for first place in the division at 8-5, with our Week 15 game being against the Houston Texans. And the Texans were not going to just roll over and let us take the lead from Sonny in the division here. And we quickly go down 7-0, but Wooden makes an incredible read, an incredible pass as he's taken off to the right sideline there. Makes a nice throw to Allen Robinson for the touchdown to tie it up. But unfortunately, AJ Boye went down on the drive before the one you're seeing right here, and Golson was not able to keep up with Fuller. We definitely had to make some changes there at the cornerback position and change up our tactics a little bit because we were not going to be able to keep up with Fuller in any kind of manner with the matchups we had at the time after Boye went down. And as you're watching these clips right here, just pay attention to just how back and forth this game actually was. They were up 7-0, then it was 7-7. And then it was 21-14, and then 21-21, and then Leonard Fournette breaks a huge 43-yard run to give us that 7-point lead with a minute and a half left. And all we can think on defense is just one more stop, but we leave the entire middle of the field open, and they score once again, bringing it to 27-28 because the Texans missed the extra point. They did get the ball back with just under a minute left, but as you see there, threw an interception and improved the Jaguars on to 9-5 on the season. And now the Tennessee Titans, they actually lost in Week 15, so we still had a 1-game lead now, plus we have the tiebreaker with the first win against them. As we came into this game against the Baltimore Ravens, another team that is not going anywhere. They actually ended the season at 9-7, so they had a much improved season so far this year up to this point. But when Leonard Fournette's on his game and he's performing well, there's just not much that a defense can do. Leonard Fournette gives us the lead there, 10-3. The Ravens come back and score again and then pick us off on a huge pass we tried to make there to Allen Robinson. And the game came down to this final drive, the one right here, 18 seconds left. We're on the 2-yard line. Wooden makes a pass to Eric Ebron, takes the touchdown, and we take the 1-point lead against the Ravens. The Ravens come back on their next play just trying to make a miracle happen, and a huge diving interception by Golson seals the game, and we improve to 10-5 on the season. So still with a 1-game lead against the Titans, we go into Week 17 to take the Tennessee Titans on in Nashville to try to take the division from them. And this game was on MBL Live. I'm not going to show any clips from that game just strictly because it was on MBL Live, and I try to avoid that. However, there was a big decision made prior to that game. We set Leonard Fournette. We were in the playoffs, win or lose, so it was not worth the risk to the coaching staff and to myself to have Leonard Fournette in the game and risk an injury with the playoff run. And we also took a very different game plan into the game against the Titans. We went very conservative and just tried to escape the game and finish the season out with no injuries as we went on into the playoffs here in Season 29. And in round 1 of the playoffs, we take on the New England Patriots, and that game is actually in about an hour and 15 minutes from when I'm currently doing this editing. So we will, I'll put the link down in the description, and if you didn't get to catch it last night, because there will be no coverage on this episode, since it hasn't quite happened yet, I'll put the link in the description. Make sure you go back and watch that game. It's sure to be a good one. And make sure you tune in next week to figure out just how far we make it in the Season 29 MBL playoffs.